Emily from Pear Tree Papercrafts. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a 12x12 process video for you for Lottie Loves Paper. So this one classes as an advertisement. I'm using the Holly Jolly collection again from Simple Stories. And I've started by just taking a sheet of 12x12 white cardstock. It is textured. And I haven't gessoed it because I have no intention of allowing this ink, this paint to run around, or I don't want it to be able to move. I just want it to dry, so I didn't bother gessoing it. And I've just penciled on, very lightly penciled on, a circle. And now all I'm doing is using the lightest blue colour that I've got and just painting a watercolour circle. And it isn't equal, it isn't even, and I don't mind that it isn't even. And I'm just now covering little bits of it with some splatters as well. And then I'm going to do some just larger splatters using my paintbrush just to get some slightly bigger spots on there, just to give a really gentle background. As I've been looking online, I get a lot of my inspiration online, as I suppose we all do. I've seen lots of layouts recently using this circle idea, where there's a circle and then embellishments round on the circle. So I've taken that idea and done it for this particular layout. So I've got a little picture there of my son. He's stood in the enchanted forest at Lapland, UK, in front of one of the little cottages that's covered in snow. I wish it was real snow. It wasn't real snow, it was fake snow, but it looked real. And it smelt real when you were walking around the forest as well. It smelled like real snow. And I've got that picture. I think it's in a 3x4 sized picture. And I have just popped it onto one of those cut-apart cards because there's one there that was sort of a light bluey colour that matched my background perfectly, and I just thought that looked wonderful. I did contemplate leaving those little edges on there because there was a little snowman, but it just didn't look right, so I took it off. And I've already pre-sorted from the ephemera that I have left the bits that are blue and green, because I predominantly want to use blue and green for this layout. So I'm just going around now and playing with where I'm going to position my different bits of ephemera, and I have got a perspective there as well added on the bottom. That's not from the Simple Stories collection, that's from my stash, but it just seemed like a lovely soft title to use. So that I've just done there was one of the stickers that came on the 12x12 cardstock sticker sheet, and it's a row of houses, and there were some pink ones and some red ones, but I only wanted the green and blue, so I've chopped them off. I decided I wanted to make my photograph a little bit softer. So I've got some cheesecloth there. I just bought this online. It was really cheap. I think it was about £2. And I've used it and used it and used it, and I've got loads left. I just cut a little section of it out, pull it apart a little bit so it doesn't stay quite so regular, and then place it on the back of the photograph, and then just kind of pull it around until I'm happy with where it's sticking. I do just use double-sided sticky tape, and you can tuck extra bits in and you can pull them out, and it's really forgiving, and you can play with it until you're happy with how it looks. And given that this is kind of a snowy layout, that gave a really nice soft appearance to that photograph. So now I'm just going to pop some more double-sided sticky on there. Peel off the backing. Apologies if I go off screen at all. I'm just getting used to my new setup and my new camera holder, and I sometimes work on the edge of my desk, which I've realised is not in shot, so I might need to move that slightly. So I'm just taking some adhesive foam there, popping that on the back, and then I'm gonna go from it, and I'm gonna stick my photograph down, because I know that's roughly where it's going to go. You'll notice that I have chopped up that row of houses, so I have ended up with some very choppy lines. You can see a couple of the trees there are missing an edge. So all I'm going to do in a moment is use more bits of ephemera to sort of cover up the bits where I've had to chop. So that works really well as well. So all I'm doing right now is just popping some glue on the back of that little perspective there and sticking that down. Hold it down for a few seconds and that should stay. And then what I do is get out some dimensional little square foam pads, because some of them I'm wanting flat on the page, and some of them I'm wanting to have dimension and to sort of stick off the page, basically. and just give it a little bit more interest. So I'm just going around now, and that's what I'm doing off camera, so apologies, I am still there. And I'm just going to stick down the ones there, they're the cardstock sticking ones, so they stick straight down, and then just take a few little foam pads, stick them on, and then use those trees to cover up where I've had to cut the sticker, and then you'll never know that it was part of a border. I think you need to not be afraid to do that as well. I used to be, if it was a sticker that came like that, I would be really nervous about cutting it up or changing it or anything, and now I'm not bothered. I'm going to make my layouts work for me and make the ephemera work for me, so yeah, just go for it. If you don't like it, change it a little bit. So I've got a little mug of hot chocolate there. It might be supposed to be coffee, but I'm going to call it hot chocolate. And I think I'm just putting pads on that final tree, which is just going to go up the side of my house there. And so far, really happy with this. Just deciding where to put that stocking, and I'm going to put it underneath the photograph. Like I say, can't really take credit for this design idea. It is something I've seen used quite a lot online. And just this idea, once I'd seen it, sort of stuck in my head, and I really fancied trying it. Just lots of little bits of ephemera around that circle. And then there's some more little stickers there. They're just, I think they're little snowflakes, and they're from the sticker pack. So I'm just popping a few of those on there, checking if there's anything else that will fit and work. And I do find that word magical, which I just pop at the top of the photograph, hidden behind that cheesecloth. I quite like that. Little tab going to be stuck down the side of my photograph there, just building up those layers and building up that bit of interest. I do find a few blue words, again on the 12x12 cardstock sticker sheets. I'm just going to pop a few of those underneath the little houses as this going around the circle, and then a long one down that side of my photo. And then I take my glossy accents and some sequins. Again, these sequins are from my stash. I just wanted to add a little bit of sparkle to that circle. I think the splattered paint that I did makes it look like it's snowing, and I think just little bits of sparkle will really add to that. So I've gone round and blobbed little bits of glossy accents on, and I'm just sticking tiny bits of sequins, tiny sequins onto those. If you're wondering why I use glossy accents, it was something that I saw someone else do once. I had been sticking sequins down with normal glue, and it was driving me crazy. It just doesn't work. I don't find it works. I find the sequins fall off, or they don't cling to where you put them straight away. With the glossy accents, although I have to unclog the lid every time I use it, I do find that they stick immediately and work really, really well. And it works, and they stay there, and they don't move around then, and you can still move them. They're not glued down straight away. But yeah, so just adding my final few sequins into this section here. There's a variety of colours in this little pack that I've got. So I go for the lighter ones. I'm using a pick-me-up pen, again from my stash, from my tools if you like, and it's kind of got blue tack in the end, and it just helps you pick the sequins up, because I find sometimes they stick to my fingers better than they stick to the glossy accent. They kind of get static to your fingers and won't come off. I do find sequins all over when I've been playing with them. So yeah, this is another layout using the Holly Jolly collection. It is still available in the shop, and it is such a fun Christmas collection to work with. Traditional Christmas colours, I would say, lots of greens and reds. I've gone very bluey on this one, but lots of greens and reds. And that's about it for my layout. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Leave me any comments you like below or any questions, and I will try to answer them. And I hope to see you again on my channel. Keep watching for some close-ups. Bye for now.